Hey guys, welcome back to day 11 of 30 Days to Nirvana, taking you from completely insane to mildly somewhat sane in only 30 days. Today's meditation is going to be about upekkha, or equanimity. If you're just joining us now, you should probably check out the first meditation in the series, which was a posture meditation, starting with the real newbie stuff and then going deeper and deeper and deeper, and eventually getting down to the real core of reality itself. The fabric of reality from which everything arises. Yesterday, we did a meditation on anicca, which is one of the most important and fundamental of the Buddhist insights into the nature of reality, which is essentially that everything is constantly changing. Everything is in a constant state of flux. This realization is very, very deep, and it leads to a lot of other deep realizations as well. But for now, we're going to be focusing on how we can work with our emotions to deal more effectively with that reality. In the earliest meditations in this series, we were just working with techniques, how to meditate. In the last few meditations that we've been doing, we've been diving deeper into consciousness, into what we call samadhi, concentration, and consciousness itself. We even got to this really, really deep point where we delved into the realms of bliss, like the deep bliss of piti and sukha. But now we're going to kind of do a little bit of an about face, turning around and saying, you know what, bliss is nice, but it is only one of the many conditions that we will experience in our lives because of the ever-changing nature of reality. The fact that reality is always changing, that conditions are always changing, that experience is always changing, the states of the mind, the emotions are always changing. If we start getting addicted to bliss, if we start needing and even desiring and wanting bliss, that can be an impediment on our 30 Days to Nirvana path. The way that the Buddhists put it is, the desire for Nirvana is the last thing that you need to give up before you can actually experience it. And in the same way, we must give up on the desire for bliss in order to maintain a long-term, happy peace of mind in our lives. That doesn't mean that you will never experience bliss. You will. Everything is always changing, so sometimes you're going to be in super bliss. Other times, you may be sad or upset or stressed or tense. And many people will sort of look at this and say, oh, you know, in those times that I'm in bliss, I'm in a spiritual state. And in the times that I'm stressed or tense or upset, I've fallen out of my spiritual state. Well, it doesn't have to be that way. If you allow all states to be okay, if you allow all states to be spiritual states, then no matter what arises, you'll always be fine. And this is the power of equanimity, or upekkha. So we're going to be practicing developing that equanimity today. Alright, let's get into our meditation postures if you're not already in it. And let's do a meditation on equanimity. As we get into our meditation posture, we settle back into the breathing, we settle back into the body. And we're going to sit for a little bit longer than we usually do today, so that we can feel some actual pain in our bodies. We've been practicing a little bit with the legs falling asleep up until this point. But today, let's challenge ourselves to sit a little bit longer, to feel a little bit more pain. Pain is a great teacher of equanimity. All suffering is a great teacher of equanimity. So if you feel pain in your body, in your back, in your legs, in your shoulders, if you feel tension or anything like that, if you feel stressed or anxious or anything like that, use that as an opportunity to develop equanimity. If you hear an annoying sound like an ice cream truck, for example, use that as another opportunity to develop equanimity. Equanimity is all about just experiencing what you experience, letting it be, not aiming for any particular experience or the other, not desiring one experience and being averse to another. This kind of desire where we try to go toward one experience and away from another is actually very tiring for the mind, and it's very stressful because we're constantly tied to the outcome. We're constantly tied to the conditions, which are constantly changing, and therein lies the dukkha, the suffering, that is one of the principal insights of Buddhism, is that when we get addicted or tied to one state or another, we're just inevitably going to experience suffering, because the states are always changing, and we're just gonna get swept along with that, and we're gonna be upset when we don't have it our way. So in this meditation, we're just gonna sit here, we're gonna experience our bodies, and we're going to feel what it's like when we don't have it our way, and just be okay with it. The way that the Buddhists see it, we get into that sort of samadhi state and start experiencing this beautiful bliss. And then when we lose the bliss, we are upset about it, which is kind of ironic, because that bliss that we had is actually now causing us suffering and stress. And so we must let go of our addiction to the joy and the pleasant states in favor of a more equanimous state of just allowing whatever happens to happen, allowing whatever is to be. And this is a much more stable state than the joy and the satisfaction that we experienced a few days ago, because any particular state of emotion is not stable, but there is much more stability to a perspective that allows for change, that allows for peace of mind and happiness within the constant stream of change. So let us sit now and develop this equanimity by sitting, watching our breathing, remaining in our still and silent posture, meditating as we have before, and just allowing any negative emotions, negative thoughts, pain, negative sensations in the body, just allowing them to be without judging them, just being completely aware of them without judgment, being curious about your experience of negative thoughts and emotions, being curious about how that pain feels in your body, rather than resisting it. I'll see you on the other side. Welcome back. I hope you had an equanimous meditation. How did that feel? Did you have difficulties with it? Did you have pain that you were unable to be equanimous with? Did you have emotions that you felt were just so objectively terrible that you couldn't just allow them to be? Let me know how your meditation went in the comments. Tell me what you struggled with. Tell me how great it was. You can tell me thank you for the meditation, or you could tell me that you hate me. Whatever you want to say, please just say it in the comments. If you liked this video, please click the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel too. There should be a little floating Kevin sitting like this in the probably the bottom right corner of this video. You can click on that, or you can click on the little subscribe button. And if you like this video and you like this series, share it with your friends on Facebook or Tumblr or whatever social media you happen to enjoy the most. Once again, thank you so much for joining me on this journey. Ooh, tomorrow we're gonna be letting go of upekkha. We're gonna be letting go of equanimity. Because even equanimity is impermanent. You will forget to be equanimous. You will lose your equanimity just over the course of any given day, and you will suffer because of it. So we must even give up on this state of equanimity, and that's what we're going to be doing in the next meditation. And that's going to be taking us deeper and deeper toward our final destination, which is truly nowhere and everywhere anyway. It's here and now, but we're doing it over the course of 30 days. We're coming here. We're coming back to the source of all of existence, the fundamental fabric of reality, and we'll get there soon enough. So just make sure you come back tomorrow for that meditation. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for engaging with me. Namaste. May you be well. Back in 2010, I was meditating in a Buddhist monastery in Thailand, and they had this bulletin board where they would put up something to meditate on for each day. And on the day that we were meditating on equanimity, on upekkha, the monks put up a strange sign on the bulletin board that looked just like this. Look at this. Look at this cool sign. And I was so confused by it, because I thought that maybe they put the faces in the wrong order. Like, why would I go from sad to happy to neutral? Shouldn't I go from sad to neutral to happy? That's what upekkha is all about. That's what equanimity is all about.